evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2024 All-MLB Award Show, coming to you live from the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. The amazing Contreras-catching family. Soon, they're going to be joined by the rest of their family. Willett, Willow, Wilma, Willem, Willow, Will.i.am, and Willy Wonka Contreras.
Gary Sheffield. Say something crazy about Gary Sheffield.
I will not say nothing crazy about Gary Sheffield. I would like to live until the end of the show.
Jose Ramirez says that everyone calls you the GOAT. Be honest, do you feel like a GOAT?
Me siento así.
Yes, he likes that nickname.
I'm curious, as we head to the award, if Mookie Betts wins in this one, too.
Oh, I mean, he wins everything. He would be an All-American kickball player. I'm not kidding. If there was a kickball league, he'd be the best one at it.
Your birthday's coming up.
Oh, yeah. Next week.
Big carrot cake guy.
Big carrot cake, the biggest.
We didn't have any tonight. Sorry about that.
When's the last time you took BP? I think you could still hit him up.
Yeah. Last week.
Did you exceed your own expectations for your rookie campaign?
I don't know what the expectations I had were for myself this year, but yeah, I think so.
I'll sign your hand. You're welcome.
The jacket.
You're welcome.
Not the jacket. No, this is amazing. Thank you. Now it's gross because I can't wash my hand for a while.
I don't know if y'all knew this about Mookie. He is the only person in this room that has bowled a perfect game. 12 strikes right down the middle, which was also the Yankees' approach to pitching Freddie Freeman.
And we're fortunate tonight to have with us Miss Billy Aaron.
And let me say thank you to each of you.
That has been the 2024 All-MLB Award Show. Thank you all so much for coming out, and we'll see you in 2025.
Well, it's that All-MLB Award Show presented by MGM Rewards. It was so much fun. But before we leave Vegas, did we check off all the things we wanted to do?
I think everybody, when you come here, has to play a little blackjack, right?
We were at the table all night, buddy.
All night, but I was good. I was good.
Hey, I'm a golfer, Greg. I had to go hit up Shadow Creek at least one time.
Yeah, you got to see a show when you're in Vegas. And I saw Machine Gun Kelly perform last night. He was fire. But we're here at the Bellagio Fountain Club. We have to make a wish. It's the most famous fountain in the country.
Absolutely.
I got coins, guys.
You got a coin?
No.
Greg got coins.
Oh, Greg got coins.
Here you go.
All right, awesome.
What's your wish going to be, man?
Oh, man, I got a great.
Whoa, what am I talking about? No. If you say it, it won't come true.
Oh, okay. Well, let me think about it. I'm ready.
Okay.
I already knew anyway. All right.
Nice.
Can I tell you what it was?
No, don't.
You put me on the spot, Greg. I got it.
What was it?
All right.
Oh,
Let's see if I got it. Yeah, here we go.
Whoa! Whoa!
I nailed it. Welcome, everyone, to MLB Tonight from All MLB Weekend, presented by MGM Rewards. We're coming to you live from the Bellagio Fountain Club. My wish has been granted. I've always wanted to do an MLB Tonight right along the strip here in Vegas.
Yeah, that was crazy, though. The fountain went off like that. That was impressive.
I mean,
that was impressive.
Goosebumps. It was goosebump worthy. It's Greg Amslinger with my guys. Harold Reynolds, Chris Young. We're still a bit foggy from last night because that show was whoa. The All-MLB show, my goodness. We had Jose Iglesias coming out dancing to OMG, and then from there, it was just action-packed.
My favorite point of that show, it was early on, but Gary Sheffield. When Roy was going back and forth talking about, I'm not messing with Sheffield, and Gary sat there with the bat, wagging that with the ball. It was cool, man. I love it.
It was a fun night. It was a really fun night.
It was a great night. I love seeing the veteran presence there. But Mookie Betts, in my opinion, stole the show. Me and him had a moment very early in the show where I think he triggered a lot of people. Let's look at it real quick. Look at all these guys out here, Mook. All the current players. Contreras, maybe, nobody else. One World Series championship amongst all these guys, Mook. They trying to get where you are right now. They want to be you. So I want to see if you can give them some kind of motivational speech, any kind of advice you can give all these guys trying to get to where you are.
I would say y'all just got to wait the next 7 years. And then after that, then y'all can win. But right now, no, you just got to wait.
Oh, my goodness. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
You have to wait 7 years.
You know what I really can appreciate about what he did in this moment? The Dodgers for years had been the really friendly team, the one that doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. After this World Series is won, we've seen Kike Hernandez talking spicy, Joe Kelly talking spicy, and Mookie, as one of the leaders of that team, says, you know what? As the Dodgers, we don't have to shy away from it anymore. We're a great team. We're confident in what we can do out there. So let's go ahead and just embrace it, accept the challenge, and let everybody else know out there that we believe we have the best team, and we're going to have the best team for years to come. I have no problem with that.
And a lot of that's ownership. I mean, they're not afraid to put this team together. Andrew Friedman, Stan Kasten, Mark Walter, the owner. I mean, they're laying it out there basically saying, if you're out there and we want you, we're going to get you. They flexed their muscles on Shohei. And they got more flexing to come. I mean, you just think about what they're doing. They put themselves in this position where Mookie can stand there confidently and say, you're going to have to get in line. He knows during his tenure they're going to be winning games.
The facial expressions of the other current MLB players in the crowd when he said that was, worth the price of admission. It was hilarious. I do like your story, though. Do you mind if we bring back to Gary Sheffield?
Go right ahead.
Roy Wood Jr., the host, who's hilarious, by the way, had this back and forth with Gary. Watch.
I would like to live until the end of the show, so please do not make me say nothing at Gary. Why does he have a ball in his hand? Why is he? What is he? What is?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask him.
I don't want to roast Gary Sheffield. Don't make me do that.
Look, you got to go with Gary Sheffield.
Do you know Gary Sheffield one time got hit by a pitch? He got so mad about getting hit by the pitch, he carried the bat with him all the way to first base just in case something jumped off.
He ain't got that bat now.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not making fun of Gary Sheffield, man. You can't do this, Skip. Don't make me.
Bro, you gotta go with Gary Sheffield. I'm gonna pull you. You gotta go get him. Say something. Go get him.
He was good. Gary Sheffield played along well there.
Oh, he was in for it. That's awesome, man. Just that I was a little worried. Because, you know, we got a chance to see the script ahead of time. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if you want to be picking on Shep.
Yes. And Roy Wood made the right call because he got off of Gary and said, you know what, I'm just going to go back at Paul Skeens. It is what it is.
Yeah, I didn't know Roy was such a vocalist. He's a good singer. He performed a couple songs last night, but one that we've heard over and over again from our favorite former Cub, Dan Plesac, over the years on MLB Tonight, was Go Cubs Go. And it usually gets stuck in your head, and it can be a bit annoying. I'm sorry if I'm not a Cub fan growing up.
Yeah.
But this rendition was really special because of the guys that sang the song with Roy. Watch.
Shoulders here. Let's sing and go Cubs go. Go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs go. Go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They got the power, they got the speed.
Shota Imanaga and Dexter Fowler singing that song. Dex was looking pretty fly too with the sunglasses on. That was nice. I like that.
The boys enjoyed the show. They enjoyed the energy, having so many of your peers in the same room. The season is not being played, so you're able to let your hair down a little bit. We're in Las Vegas. Guys are having a good time, man.
It was fun. During awards season, that's what I call it, we also have to follow the possible transactions of free agency. And there is no bigger free agent than Juan Soto right now. The Athletic with this. Soto and the Boston Red Sox reportedly had a productive meeting. As part of the presentation, the Red Sox highlighted their plans for the future, their young core, and their history of Dominican stars. Now, no numbers or terms were exchanged, but it was a productive meeting for Soto and the team he grew up rooting for because he was a huge Pedro Martinez fan and David Ortiz fan. As for fit, for getting money, years, all that jazz, where do you stand on Juan Soto and the Boston Red Sox, Harold?
I think it'd be a great fit. I mean, obviously, you look at the lineup here. First thing steps out is a ton of left-handed hitters. You know, obviously, you're going to have that. But Juan Soto's going to make any lineup better. But here's why I kind of like him in Boston ahead of everywhere else. He's going to shoot the ball off the monster. He's going to be able to do that. And then we watched him do it with the Yankees. He can take this ball and shoot it off the monster. That saves you from prolonged slumps immediately. Most left-handers don't have the ability to shoot the ball that way. You got to learn to do it. That's something that he's always done. But defensively, to me, is the big difference. When you put him and I'm putting him in left field.
Left, not right.
Not right. I'm putting him in left field with that monster that's 300 feet away. 290 feet away. And now he's playing 150 feet or 200 feet away. His arm gets instantly better. All he's got to do is turn around, catch a ball off the monster, and throw to second. Now, I know it's not that easy to play off the monster, but it changes, for me, his defensive profile in a heartbeat. What do you think about that? You played in that ballpark.
I completely agree with that, and I feel like that's what the Yankees thought of him being in right field, because you have the short porch in New York. Granted, Boston is still much easier in left field than New York is in right field, so I completely understand that. But the way I look at this, man, it's a lot of pressure on the Yankees. You have 3 teams in the AL East all looking at Juan Soto, with the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the Yankees.
Yeah.
And when you see the impact that he was able to have in New York, I understand they didn't win, but they made it to the World Series. If you take him out of that Yankee lineup, that's going to be a huge hit for that team. So I see them having to go after, being forced to go after him, because if you don't go after him, you're going to be forced to see him for the next 10 to 15 years playing in your division, and that's a lot of heat that the Yankees would have to deal with.
And, Greg, it just shows how much the game has changed. Think about when he was in Washington and won a World Series, turned down $400+ million.
Which, by the way, ended up being the greatest and smartest thing he ever did.
It's a great decision. But since that time, there's a legit 5 teams that can pay him now. Where back then, I don't think that would have been the case.
Right, and the Toronto Blue Jays are, the team that was all in on Shohei Ohtani, so they definitely want to face the franchise.
And we didn't bring up the Mets.
That's where
we didn't talk about the Dodgers.
This is legit. A completely different offseason for the Yankee fan out there. To have their cornerstone player with Aaron Judge, he's the other guy you watched this year, and to have not just the Boston Red Sox interested in him, but the New York Mets trying to get one of your favorite players. I mean, see why this is if you're a fan of this team, the New York Yankees, you're incredibly nervous that one of these 2 rivals could pull him away.
You're incredibly nervous, and I think, Harold, you have a great point. The fact that there's so many teams who are going to be into this, all these preliminary meetings, in all reality, how can they not go well? Every meeting is going to go well when you're not talking about money. Because that's when things go sideways. When you have to talk about dollars and cents, that's when things shift. So every meeting I expect with any team that he meets with, the Dodgers, the Mets, no matter who it is, they're going to all be good right now. They're all going to be put in a position to say, okay, Juan Soto, this is the direction I see our organization going. But I don't even understand that sale, because if you're going in your pockets to pay Juan Soto, it's clear that we're going to try to win a championship right now. So no matter who signs Soto, that's just the very beginning of more money that has to come behind him, and he needs to believe that he has a legitimate chance to win in these next few years, in my opinion.
And all that said, I still think the most interesting and intriguing thing about this winter is him signing, because he's holding up the market. I'm sorry.
By himself.
He is going to hold. Look, if I'm talking about the money they want to invest in this one player, what if I don't invest that? And I'm talking about I got $600 or $500 million to play with. What am I doing with all these guys sitting out here?
Yeah.
So it changes everything you're doing. That's why they're going to have to move quick, have your productive meeting, and decide where you're going.
This could be very similar to the Ohtani sweepstakes. On the teams who miss out on Soto, it still could be a win-win. If you miss out on Soto, you're telling your fan base, we have this money to spend. So you can get Soto, or you could probably go get 5 players.
Right.
Like, it's a different directions that you can go. So I'm curious to see how this plays out.
And with guys like Julio Rodriguez and Bobby Witt Jr. locked up to contract extensions, we're not going to see a free agent of this magnitude for a while in Juan Soto. That's something to pay attention to. We're going to step aside on MLB Tonight from Las Vegas. When we come back, he was singing last night at the All-MLB Awards show. I don't know what we're going to make him do after the break. Shota Imanaga, one of the aces of the Cubs, joins us next. Oh, we all like Shota Imanaga, and he joins us now on MLB Tonight from Las Vegas. Edwin, his interpreter, is with us as well. Shota, congratulations. Earlier in the show, we were talking about your performance, singing Go Cubs Go. You've got a very nice voice. Did you enjoy doing that last night?
先ほど番組で昨日今永選手が Go Cubs Go を歌ってるの話したんですけど最高でしたって。で、歌手の声はどうですか？
歌手の声。
歌手としての声。
もっと練習して、いつ歌ってもいいよって言われてもいいように準備します。はい。
I need to practice singing more, so when that opportunity comes up or whenever somebody asks me to sing, I'll be ready.
He was great. He got into it. He had the arms.
Yeah.
腕を振りながらすごい入り込んでました。
会場を盛り上げたいなと思ってやりました。
Yeah, I wanted to get the crowd going, so.
It was good. It was good. So let me ask you a little bit about pitching here over in the U.S. Did you find it different pitching in the big leagues than what you might have thought about watching it on TV?
ピッチングの話なんですけど、大リーグで実際に投げてみるっていうのはやっぱテレビで大リーグを見てた時と違いましたか？
そうですね、一番違うなと思ったのは、パワーもスピードもそうなんですけど、やはり守備も上手ですし、で足の速い選手もたくさんいるので、本当に細かいところも、レベルが高いなと思って見てました。
Yeah, I would say so. Obviously, power, size, speed. Everybody's a lot bigger, faster over here, as well as defense. And then all the intricate stuff, the small details. I mean, like being on the field, you get to kind of see it all. So I really felt the difference.
I got to tell you, Shota, your rotation could be one of the best in the National League next year. What do you make of the teammates you have in that 2025 Cubs rotation?
来年2025年ナ・リーグのローテーション、カブスの中の見てもやっぱりすごいいいローテーションになるんですけど、自分のチームメイトを見てどう思いますか？
本当にみんな参考になるようなそういう投手が並んでいますし、今年はヘンドリックス選手と一緒にやれたってことがものすごく僕としてはいい1年目になったと思います。
Yeah, so looking for next year, there's a lot of great pitchers we have, a lot of guys that I can reference. And then going back to this past year in 2024, I got to pitch with Kyle Hendricks and learn a lot from him. So everything was a great experience.
So we've seen now a lot of Japanese pitchers come over and do well. What are they teaching in Japan that is maybe not being taught here?
最近日本からアメリカに来てすごい成績いいピッチャーとか多いんですけど、日本で教わっててアメリカで教えてないそのピッチングの秘訣とかそういうのはあるんですか？
日本でも日本の野球はやはり低めを丁寧に投げなさいというふうに教わってきて、僕は高めをメインとして今年配球がありましたけど、でも大事なのは低めのボールも大事なんだなっていうのは確認できました。
So in Japan, you learn to attack the zone, the bottom of the zone. But for me, like this year is attacking the top of the zone. But I think just getting that base of being able to have that command to attack the bottom of the zone, you learn that. I think that's very important.
So last question, I want to ask you about Sasaki. Talking about him coming over here. You've been around him enough. You've seen him enough. Give me a breakdown. Give me a game plan on him. What do you see from this young man?
佐々木朗希選手の話になるんですけど、周りにいて一緒にプレーもしたことあるんですけど、彼を分析するとするんだったらどういう選手ですか？
彼とはWBC でも一緒にやりましたし、彼と一緒に同じチームではないですけども、シーズンを過ごしてきたので、160キロを投げられて。であれだけ落差の大きいフォークを投げられるっていう選手は世界で見てもあまりいないので、すごくいい成績を残すんじゃないかなと思います。
So I was teammates with him during the WBC, and I've spent some time with him, and I would say. Just looking at him, he has a fastball that goes above 100 miles an hour and a fork ball with so much drop. It's hard to really see anybody else with those characteristics, and so I think he's going to do well.
Awesome. Shota Imanaga, congratulations on a great year with the Cubs. Fun hanging out with you. Edwin, thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's send over to CY. Chris Young, who are you with right now?
2024年の MLB アワード賞は、まさに野球ファンにとって夢のような夜となりました。ラスベガスの華やかな雰囲気の中、世界中から注目を集める選手たちが輸血し、輝かしいシーズンを祝う瞬間を目の当たりにすることができました。このイベントは単なる表彰式に止まらず、選手たちの熱意やファンとの絆を感じさせる素晴らしい場となりましたね。特にムーキー・ベッツ選手の自信あふれるスピーチや、ゲイリー・シェフィールドのユーモラスな一面、翔太、今永選手の心温まるパフォーマンスなど、 それぞれの瞬間が観客を魅了しました。ムーキー・ベッツが7年待てば勝てるかもしれないが、今はドジャースが最強だと言い放ったシーンでは、会場中が拍手と笑い声に包まれました。この言葉は、彼自身の自信だけでなく、ドジャースというチーム全体の勢いを象徴しているようでした。また、翔太、今永選手が披露した GOCUBSGO の歌声は、会場の雰囲気を一気に和ませ、彼の人柄の良さを改めて感じさせる瞬間でしたね。彼はインタビューでも、MLB での挑戦やアメリカでのプレーについて真摯に語り、その中で日本とアメリカの野球文化の違いについて触れる場面もありました。特に速いランナーやディフェンスの細かい戦略への対応が新鮮だったという話は、多くのファンに新しい視点を提供しました。さらに、この夜の盛り上がりは、ショーだけにとどまらず、ラスベガスという街そのものが熱狂の舞台となりました。ブラックジャックを楽しむ選手たちのエピソードや、華やかなベラージオの噴水ショーで合事をするシーンなど、舞台裏の小さな物語がファンに親しみを感じさせました。ショーの後も、参加者全員がラスベガスの夜を存分に楽しみ、MLB の一体感を象徴するひとときとなりました。しかし、アワードショーが終わった今、ファンの関心は早くもオフシーズンの動向に移っています。今年の移籍市場で最も注目されているのは、やはりフアン・ソト選手です。彼がどのチームに加わるのか、ヤンキース、メッツ、レッドソックスといった強豪が争奪戦を繰り広げる中で、意外なチームが彼を獲得する可能性もあり、その行方に注目が詰まっています。このようなスター選手の移籍が次のシーズンにどのような影響を与えるのか、想像するだけでワクワクしますね。また、クリーブランド・ガーディアンズのシェーン・ビーバー選手やスティーブン・クワン選手など、復帰や成長が期待される選手たちにも注目です。ビーバー選手の回復が順調に進むことで、チーム全体が大きく前進する可能性がありますし、クワン選手の攻撃力と守備力のさらなる向上が、ガーディアンズに新たな勢いをもたらすことでしょう。このような選手たちが、次のシーズンでどのようにチームを支えていくのか、ファンの期待は高まるばかりです。さらに、ボストン・レッドソックスがフアン・ソトを迎え入れる計画や、ドジャースの積極的な補強方針も見逃せません。特にドジャースのフロントオフィスは、常に優勝を目指して最強のチームを構築する姿勢を示しており、他チームへの挑戦を恐れない自信が感じられます。ムーキー・ベッツの発言が示すように、ドジャースはその力をさらに強化し、他のチームを圧倒する準備が整っているようです。このように、2024年の MLB はまだまだ盛り上がりを見せています。皆さんもお気に入りの選手やチームがどのように次のシーズンを迎えるのか、期待を膨らませながら一緒に追いかけていきましょう。コメント欄で皆さんの感想や意見をぜひ教えてください。また、いいねとチャンネル登録を忘れずに、最新の MLB ニュースや裏話をお届けします。これからも MLB の魅力を一緒に楽しみ、さらに盛り上げていきましょう。